And police, looks like police over there, is there? Yeah, police at the SO again as I exit. You'll recall from the previous time there too. I think that is that? Or am I wrong? At a distance, it looks like it has the thing on top. Maybe I'm wrong though. I'm probably expecting it to go in there. Is that a police car? Can't tell from here. No, it might. Yeah, I think it is. Police. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, it's not. Okay. I thought it was one. Looks like some other city vehicle or something. What is, oh, it's a city. Oh, it's those guys. Those what's it called, security or whatever. Can't recall the name of them. Those prison guards that they send to stalk a lot. So they're waiting over there tonight. Them. As I exit, I'm going to show you over here. Yeah. Actors waiting there, and then they had those people who claimed to be corrections officers. I don't know what exactly they are, but something security de Quebec or whatever. They're part of the gas station. They use them to stalk a lot too, because they know I've recorded them. So as I exit tonight, obviously surveillance in the home. And they're positioned there, and then there's somebody driving behind me now. 2 cars driving behind me now, just as I go to exit, with no one else in the plaza here, as you can see. They're positioned over there at the back there. And so they're pulling out now as I exit, and there's actors just standing here, back there. Okay, I'm gonna go down here. Could go to this stop here, but it's over. I'll just show you from here where they are positioned. Notice very slowly walking over there. So I'm going to walk down here, go to the other stop. See if we can get the police here. A lot of engines there. So expect to get quite a bit of activity this week again. And whatever we get, we'll just compile it and put it out there. Oh. Just sitting there, right? Not getting out, just sitting there in darkness. See if the bus actually stops here tonight. Maybe they will. We're fortunate enough. Yeah, of course. Sorry. Yeah, can I get it? Nice. You saw that there, right? You saw who that was again? I thought it was him going over there. I thought it was him. We'll wait here for the next one. That's the guy who's next door to me being sent again, so I've seen him many times they've done that. It's not like he has anything to be doing tonight. Going to be stalking people, so. So, CSIS and Dan Rogers sending the guy who lives next door to me again. Tried to follow me to work. I got off there as soon as I saw him. Same act as usual. We'll see if they have him wait again today when I get to the other transit terminal. I thought that was when I was coming out of the store, or when I was just starting to walk down that way. I thought it might have been him, but I wasn't sure because he was wearing a different jacket, but I could see his face there, so that was him again. As you know, the guy has no job, he just does that. That's what he gets paid to follow me, so every time CSIS puts him out there to do these things, it just makes him look more ridiculous, so let them keep doing that. I don't care. I guess that's supposed to be some type of retaliation. The videos I upload. All you're doing is just causing him that's been sending him out for pointless nonsense. So, keep going with that, Daniel Rogers and CSIS. That was a really good event there. I was traumatized by that. I don't know if I'll ever recover from that there. It was well planned too, very, very unique and original. Yeah, anyway, they know I've exposed the guy, so they're just going to keep sending him. So when I get off and he waits for me at another stop where I'm going to go, it just makes him look even more like Stalkers. Please turn up. So I guess I could maybe walk all the way back down to that other stop, or I could stay here. What time is it? It's not like 9:15. I'm pretty sure I don't think he did see that night when I put the body camera on, and I wanted him to see that, so he saw the light, and when he saw that, he immediately got on the phone and people who tell him to do these things give him the okay to just go ahead and leave. So they've sent him again tonight. You saw them also most recently as well sending him to follow me from work when I was coming home. So they sent him at night when I go to work, and then they sent him to just show up when I'm getting on the train coming back from work, and he lives right next door to where I live. So you could see even where he came out of from there. At first I thought it might have been one of the people who lives where I live. I couldn't tell for sure, but when I went down to that stop there, he's always positioned here when he comes to this stop. So of course it was him, and we got off here. So we'll give it a little bit of time, and you'll know again if he gets told to stand there and wait when I get off. I'll just get the brief footage and move along. But he's supposed to follow me right to where I work. And as you saw in that other video, again, they have him waiting when I come home from work as well in the morning. So another percent of the let's wait till the actor goes down here. Surveillance role player here on the right. Actor right there. Okay. And here I notice stopping. Okay. No constables to remove this person either, just sitting there as you can see. Okay. Of course they're no inside. They might be at the next station though, we'll see. Pretty sure we'll see them a few times this week because, you know, we uploaded more videos showing what they do, so all they can do is double down and do more foolishness, so we'll look forward to that. Yeah, I think that might be just an actor there. at any rate, they can see that person sitting there on the cameras, and no one's there to ask her why she's just sitting in the middle of the lobby. You know, it's a strange thing to be doing. Notice her attention went directly to me too. They came in, and see if we got the constables pulling up here today. Maybe they will. Let's see. I don't see transport vehicle there. Yep, right on cue. As you can see, constables just as I get to the road again. Obviously they're waiting there. I can't see the car number though. So special constables pulling up to Stalk just as I about to cross shortly after leaving work this morning. And these are the two actors they often have coming down here. The surveillance role players there. Often they'll send them by. Those two specifically, I've seen them numerous times. Wandering up here this time. So special constable vehicle there just as I get to the road, similar to what you saw last week, the day they set up that acting skit. 2 acting skits in the last 2 weeks, so we'll see what we have today. Maybe they'll shut down the train today or something like that. We'll see. I don't know that I'll film for as long as last time, because stuff's becoming a bit generic, but we'll capture the footage. But I don't know that I will spend as much time there as the last time when they do that. So as you can see, they're tracking my movements and when I leave work as well. These psychopaths with that organization, OC Transpo Constables, not attending to anything because they don't do any real work. You'll see drug addicts utilizing hard drugs in transit terminals in Ottawa, and these people won't be anywhere there. You'll see people trespassing and damaging property at transit terminals in Ottawa, and these people will be nowhere near the area. Yet when you see me show up at transit terminals in Ottawa, they're right there. Or when I'm leaving work, they're waiting for me to leave my workplace and driving up alongside me to harass and intimidate. So that was for today. We'll get that one online. Put a tweet out with that one as well. And that's Dan Rogers thinking that he's somehow gonna one up you if he continues to do these childish games, and it just makes the people who he's exploiting seem even more foolish and childish. So hopefully he keeps it up. But yeah, that's what we've been seeing for over 3 years now. Just these glasses. Wind's a little bit cold today, actually. The November wind. Okay, he'll enter as I enter. You'll see the guy here, pacing back and forth here. Oh, that's the same guy here they sent the other time to trespass. As you can see, he's waiting here today. I think it's him. Pretty sure it's the same. So as I arrive, you'll see, he'll probably, yeah, it's the same guy. Same guy. Just has a black coat on. Same guy from the video they sent to trespass so far. Yeah, following, as you can see now again. Same guy. I think he paid that time though. Yeah, same guy. Because they use the dogs just as props so that they can do these things here. So, nothing more than a prop. The same way they use children. They use their own children as props, the people. In this deranged society, they'll use their own children as props. They'll exploit their own children. All of that stuff. So, and they train their children just to do the most criminal acts. They train them, they bring them up to have no conscience, no basic decency, to be deceitful, to train them in gaslighting techniques, inversion, lying incessantly. And that's all throughout this country too. It's just who you have around you, unless you live in an isolated area. If you're in any of these cities, that's what's everywhere now. So, obviously, as the generations have gone on, it became police there. Yeah, police across the street as I arrive here. I'll just show you here. You see police there across the street. I'm gonna go down here. I'll show you police waiting as I come to my work tonight. We're getting closer. Turn back here and watch from here. It's the drug trafficking Masons there parked across the street. Just sitting there doing nothing. Oh no, that's them there. They just drove by. The police there, see? Ottawapolice waiting for me to arrive. They were parked across the street there. I have footage of them, night before last as well, driving back and forth in front of my workplace. So I'm just going to show you here. They're going to go turn, I think, there on the left. Yeah, police were waiting there for me tonight. And let's see where I think they turned left, it looks like. Or they continued on down further there. But I did catch that with the glasses. So they're positioned on the opposite side of the street as I was coming down. And waiting for my arrival. And then just as I started coming down there, I hesitated and turned back to see where they're going to go. And then they drive back around. They turned and came back around this way. And I think they went straight down there, actually, now from this vantage point, because I didn't see the car turn. So they went straight down that way. Yeah, straight ahead there, okay. And that's all the police do in Canada. All they do is perform acts, deceive, stage fake events, traffic drugs, sell drugs. That's the purpose of Canadian police, and they're all Masons. And if you're not a part of their pedophile Masonic brotherhood, then they see you as subhuman. And so they get to break the laws that they lie to you about because they don't actually uphold those laws. They just lie and say that they do, right? Because communitarianism, once the system was brought in and implemented, that changed the whole system where police don't actually uphold laws. And so they're all deranged psychopaths. There's not one, you will not find one single person in any police organization in Canada who hasn't been conditioned to be a psychopath. And then send in another person here. And so that's all they are. They're sick people. They're sick, just really, really sick people. Every single thing they do at their jobs consists of lying, deceiving, inversion, doing things to completely subvert all freedoms in the country. Officers sell drugs when they're off duty. Officers attend the same lodges as child molesters, because that's what Freemasonry, at the higher levels, they're involved in that type of thing. So, all throughout the country, that's all you have. You see them with their tattoos with that scorpion symbol, which is a mockery of the Bible, and the verse about treading on snakes and scorpions, right? So they have that scorpion tattoo. You'll also see that Gadsden flag, which a lot of these fake controlled opposition groups that pretend to be for freedom but are really just Satanists. That flag as well with the serpent symbol. That's also part of the whole. And each time I upload a video, these criminal psychopaths continue their harassment, stalking. There are a bunch of violent criminal thugs who terrorize citizens. And every single thing they do at their jobs is a lie. They have gang tattoos all over their arms, most of them. And they think that the tattoos are somehow making them unique, when in reality, it strips them of individualism, because all of them are doing it. There's nothing unique about it. And, inking up all your skin, there's nothing unique or individualistic about that. That's just making you a part of the mindless herd of all the other people who you see doing it, so you emulate it. But they're extraordinarily stupid, the people in these positions. Extraordinarily dumb. And extraordinarily self-absorbed. And everything is about the ego. And so that's the Ottawa Police sending people to wait for me tonight as I am on my way to my destination. And I got the footage. So I'll go back this way. I just want to see if there's any more down there. So that shows you further proof as well that these psychopaths with the police are tracking my movements to stalk and harass and intimidate me as I simply try to go to my job. Their job, on the other hand, consists of just terrorizing people, setting up staged events, ensuring that violent criminal drug dealers can operate freely. That's what the job of Canadian police officers is. And it doesn't matter where you go in the country, that's what Canadian police officers are doing. And it all comes back to Freemasonry. So lawlessness and the system that has been imposed without any consent of the people with communitarianism, simply with sending NGOs to go into communities and enforce it, and then using the large numbers of families of Freemasons who they control to go in and push these lies and push these agendas, because they're already on the payroll, so they get all the benefits. So that's how it's been imposed. It's totalitarianism and nothing short of that, actually. So we'll go back here. Wait till they go by. It's from here. So see which direction they're going to go. If they go this way, I'll turn. It's just set up so they'll have a bunch of people walking by me, so where can we go now? Get back here. Camera's already on, so all I have to do is prop it up there and then I'm in there. Wait till they go by, yeah. They're probably going to tell them to turn down towards the station. When they turn, I'll just go along here. Yeah, they're exactly what I said, right? So we'll go back this way now. When I spotted them there, I turned back just because I knew they were going to pull out this way anyway and probably follow down alongside. So sure enough, they did. They turned out and then drove back the other way alongside me there. Ah, for fuck's sakes, man! Like seriously. So you can see how they're just flooding this area with people. Okay. As soon as you start to move, they're flooding people out of here. So you're going to get some videos, Dan Rogers. Every time you try to do this and double down this stuff, I'll quadruple down. And then you'll stop for a little while like the worm that you are. Because you can only go so far with this stuff, so let's wait for this fucking clown to come by. Let me see, maybe I can cross down there. Let me see where he's going. If he's going this way, he's probably going to turn this way. So you notice how all these people just emerge here? There's never anyone walking here at this time of night. Down on the side of the street. Another car turning down here to just go down and sit at the end of the street here. DALG 550. Okay, wait. Gonna flood more coming down there. This is another slave who can't even wipe his backside without having people tell him what to do, where to go, where to stand. Okay, wait till he comes by. He's gonna turn right here. Yeah, exactly on this side, right? Every single thing they do is like choreographed. You'll have to check the phone 19 different times before being permitted to move ahead. Now as I turn that way, you'll see they'll have another one probably coming up. Yeah, so he was just sent out there at that time. I'll probably have security do something as I come up here. Let's see if I'm right. I haven't been here in a while. I think he's just stopping there just for no reason really, just to delay it. It's off a door issue, give me a break. So I haven't come here in about 2 weeks or so. Maybe 3. Actually, I think it's closer to a month, maybe. Around a month. Maybe that security standing right at the doors when I enter or something. I do that stuff a lot. Not every time though. Here and there. Let's see. Yeah, what did it say exactly? What I predicted. Where does it come up? Their position there, as you can see. Just there to evoke a reaction. They're told to stand there. The store's not even open, as you can see. Same as that other time. Just show you from here. Have a quick look. Yeah, so when I enter, they're told to stand up there. Let's see here. This door's not open. See how long they stand here. So there. As you can see, the store's not even open, right? I'm not going to bother talking to their supervisor today. They already know I've talked to him like multiple times. He's got to check to see if he can move. Watch. So last time I came in, they did the same thing. It's been about a month. The store's not even open, and they're not patrolling. They're just standing there, as you can see. He's got to wait till I leave. That's why he was checking the phone. He had to see if it could. He's probably informed them that I'm standing up here, so. Yeah, still. Watch. See? They weren't doing any work. Exactly what I said. So they're just told to stand there when I came in. The store's not even open. They're not patrolling. They're just standing right so I'll see them when I enter the mall. I've already talked to their supervisor about that. They're being told to do it for sure. And I told him about that, and I told him they know I'm a security guard too, and that I've worked in the industry for over 10 years. And as a manager in the industry, and they still have them do these things to menace me as I come into the mall. So that's Rita Center. And they were just positioned there because I was entering. They sent them there, I guarantee you, like a minute before. And so they told them to stand there hoping that I'd say something about it, because I complained to their supervisor before. It's just meant to intimidate you right as you enter. As you can see, there's no one in the area there. This is a surveillance role player here too. There's no one in the area at all there, right? And they're positioned right so I'll see them with the security thing facing towards me. I'm just coming to from my job, working security. And they have security guards there to harass me. And that's intentional intimidation right as you come in, which I've spoken to their supervisor about, 2 of their supervisors on multiple occasions. They know I'm a guard myself, and they still send them to do it. So that tells you it's probably the police coming in and telling them that when I enter the mall just to go to get the bus, they should do. Now they're coming up here to stand here, okay? Watch. And you'll see that they're only there just as I went past. They'll have some. Last time I talked to them, they sent a bunch of community-based agents over to monitor the thing and start, acting like fools. So I'm going to speak to them again for the 3rd time. They already know I'm coming over, so. Skip a second here. They already know. The guy's already looking. Excuse me. Can I come through here? Or? Oh yeah. Just want to ask you guys, is your supervisor around right now? Yeah. Are you the supervisor? Oh. Could you call him out? I've spoken to him before. I've spoken to a couple of them before. Maybe I saw you before. Yeah, I have the same issue, so I just want to speak to him again, have it on record that I spoke to him again.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same guy who I've spoken to two of them, so yeah, yeah, no problem, no problem. Yeah, I won't take long. I just want to speak to him. I think it was about a month ago I talked to him before, yeah. You know where the entrance is? Down at the other end of the mall near the Shoppers Drug Mart? Yeah, yeah, at the Shoppers Drug Mart down below. It's not typical for you to have guards stand there, because I know you never used to have that before. It seems to only happen specific times. And they're not doing a patrol, they're just standing right next to the store. I've worked in security 10 years. I'm coming from my job as a guard now, and I was a manager of security operations for a property management company in Toronto. So I know these things. I've worked in the industry for 10 years. It seems strange that they're being positioned there right when I enter continually, and it's pretty clear they're being told to do that. So I just want to find out why that is. Yeah. I haven't come here in about a month because of that. So when do you think he's going to be done? Oh really? He's calling the Ottawa police. That's convenient. What was it? An incident or something? Or? Okay. Okay. Because I just explained to this gentleman my concern. Did you hear when I was speaking to him before? I don't know if it was you. Yeah, yeah. So by the Shoppers Drug Mart when I'm coming in again today. You guys, again, have two guards positioned there. They're not patrolling. The store's closed. There's no one there. I've worked as a guard for 10 years, man. I know what's going on. They're being positioned there when I come into the mall, okay? So I've spoken to numerous supervisors that you have here and expressed my concern about it, expressed that I'm uncomfortable when this happens, and expressed that it's unnecessary because you know as well as I do, you can't get a license if you have any sort of criminal record, right? So I'm coming from my job as a guard. I'm simply passing through to get to the transit terminal. It seems like the police or someone is coming in and telling the security staff to do that. That's my impression, right? Because I already spoke to both supervisors. They said the one guy apologized for it. He said the guy's new. He doesn't know or whatever. And then the last time he said it wasn't intentional or whatever. Now this is multiple times. And when I came upstairs, I looked down. They just waited there, and immediately when I went up, the girl's looking up at me. I'm just a random person. Why would she be doing that? You know what I mean? So to me, that concerns me. I can tell they're being sent there when I come in, and I don't know why they would do that. I feel it's unnecessary. You know? All I'm doing is crossing through, and I'm going to the transit. So if you could pass it on to him, yeah, because I've spoken to two supervisors, so I don't know which one's here today. They're both very good, but it's just again like. I don't know why they're doing that, right? Okay, I appreciate that. You guys take care. Thank you. They were okay. See, they're told to do it. They're being told by somebody up above. I know that. So I really don't want to put it online and make them look bad online because, like, I know they're not choosing to do it, but like. Someone's going to the staff there and telling them to do it. He's on the phone with the police. That's what he was told to say. Maybe they're going to show up. I mean, come on. I just wanted it on record, so now I've talked to them. Well, okay, so I've talked to the supervisors twice. And the previous year, like a year and a half before, I also talked to the guards. They all know about it, and they still do that. So, like, if there was genuine concern that you had someone who was suspicious or whatever, I've already told them I could show them my license as a guard. And that I've worked in the industry 10 years and that I've managed teams of security staff for an important property management company. And they're still doing that. So it tells you someone up above is telling them they have to do it. To treat me like a terrorist when I pass through here. Which comes back to Daniel Rogers, CSIS, and the RCMP going in to spread lies and slander to have the guards do that at Rideau Centre. So probably them or the Ottawa Police are being sent in to tell them to do that. You should have enough common sense as a security guard to be able to question that, okay? Especially if I hadn't communicated with them already, I could see it. But I've talked to them and they know who I am. They know I'm not any type of criminal, and they still send them to do it. So what does that tell you? It's being done as harassment, pure and simple. That's all there is to it. And it's being done to provoke a reaction. I didn't say anything to them when they were doing it. Because that's what they wanted. They wanted me to come over and confront them. So I just spoke respectfully to those two guys. They were decent though, those two guys. But this is why I haven't even bothered coming here. If he was actually on the phone with the police, why would they disclose that information to me unless they were told to say it, right? Obviously they were told to say that so I'd know that the police had talked to him, the supervisor. And so they already told him before if I come and say anything about it, because they already know I have it recorded on record that I've spoken to their supervisor about them doing this. So the police have told them just to make some excuse if I go to speak to the supervisor. And then obviously you're not going to disclose who he's talking to unless you're told to, right? Why would you tell a random person who the supervisor's talking to? Unless you were told to do that, right? That's private information. You wouldn't disclose that unless someone had instructed you to disclose that. So they wanted me to know that it was the police that was telling them to do that, right? So that's fine. I already know that. But that's why he would have disclosed. Oh, there's a 50 shit. It's not something you would disclose ordinarily, unless you'd been told to.
Each time I upload a video showing proof of their criminal harassment and stalking activities, or upload content exposing the clear involvement of the deranged criminal Freemason psychopaths with CSIS and the RCMP in facilitating the distribution of narcotics throughout Canada, the criminals involved in these organized crime syndicates attempt to intimidate further by increasing their harassment to attempt to silence the truth. Because Dan Rogers, the director of CSIS, and Michael DeHume, the commissioner of the RCMP, are criminals who do the exact opposite of everything that their organizations claim to, must stoop to attempting to bully and harass any honest person who openly speaks the truth about their gross corruption, their blatant disrespect for laws and basic human rights, and their irrefutable involvement in criminal activities, including drug trafficking. These criminal Freemasons who are allowed to operate above Canadian laws to terrorize citizens who have done nothing more than speak the truth about the clear and provable criminal activities of the police and other so-called quote-unquote public servants in this country fear no repercussions for their criminal actions. They have been assured that their crimes will be enabled and permitted. Because they do not have to adhere to the same laws as the average citizen, these criminals are emboldened by the knowledge that corrupt Freemason judges, lawyers, puppet politicians, and the seemingly limitless supply of community-based agents and false witnesses who receive benefits for lying about and slandering the decent and honest people who attempt to expose the corruption within our intelligence services and law enforcement agencies will all work in unison to cover up their crimes and acts of terrorism against their own citizens. They work through the exploitation of the downcast and vulnerable, using their controlled drug runners and encouraging the families who they enlist as citizen spies to exploit their own children by using them as nothing more than stage props in these criminal harassment activities. They also exploit new immigrants by promising them material benefits for agreeing to participate in criminal harassment activities, deceiving people into openly breaking Canadian laws and rewarding them for doing so. The Canadian Masonic communitarian system thrives on deceit, humiliation, corruption, the degradation of the vulnerable, and the deceit of honest people, as well as the slandering and attacking of honest people for speaking the truth. These are two of the criminal psychopath Freemasons who work with impunity above the law to terrorize citizens, and they have swarms of people at their disposal who are willing to lie and partake in criminal acts and cover up their crimes. This is the reality of what we are living in.